So basically, here we are, look. Lots of time lapse, but not all of the time lapse because I need time lapse taking the front off of it. So, gearbox mate is out, gear lever is out, gearbox wiring is out, prop shaft is dangling off, rad pack and everything is removed, and the 2.5 TDI with a big hole in the sump and a mains bearing missing is unplumbed. So what we are going to do now is get forklift and scooch this out of here. We've just got one water pipe which is back there and is an arse to get till you've got the engine forwards to get off, and then we'll see what this is like. We'll have a look in the bottom of it, see what happened. So you will see, Mr. Fudge, I have got the engine with the big hole in it out of the side, out the front, sorry, of the LT. I've stripped the gearbox off of it. Do remember you're stood under a forklift, so stand slightly to this side or to that side, just health and safety purposes.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be interesting, as I've done all the sump bolts, to fish this off, which is going to be messy, and see what happens. Do you know what? She doesn't look. She looks quite. And the bolts are. Oh.
The bolts at the bottom?
Well, the head fell off one of them. Could you grab my bolt and put it in that tub behind you? So in half will be. Don't kind of want. I think that was a shell. And that's a shell. The main shell. Then there is one of the mains bearing bolts. There is the other half of the main bearing bolt, and the other one survived fine, it just rattled out.
Crikey.
Do you know what? That clank shaft looks absolutely perfect. Not a mark on it.
Nice.
Oh, now we got a conundrum, haven't we?
What do we do?
What do we do? We can have a go, couldn't we? Where's my charge? That's a really clean engine. So we've lost one shell, but there's no damage to it. The main cap, apart from having been punted through the side of a sump, is all right. I don't know whether that might go again.
Well, she sounded quite sweet with the main missing.
I was going to junk it, but nothing else in it is damaged. A little chip on the rear big end, which was obviously the one that punted it out the side.
Yeah.
I don't think this engine's very old. Pistons are lovely. I mean, they are clean. Balls are good. What's my fixing on that?
You rude not to.
Oh, there's no cack in here. One bit of... Right, we're going to survey on the situation and see if we put the main cap back in and put some shells in it. That might not be dead. We could reshell it.
Yeah.
If the main go back in. Because none of the threads are... Oh.
Rip the shit out.
No, it's not a bolt off.
Oh.
Is one of them shorter than the other then? No, what's something there? Ah, yes. Yes, no, it undid that one, the head fell off, and then it must have snapped that one. That might come out.
Yeah.
We could get a go for a laugh. I mean, it's only like 2 days worth of effort not to do it properly. Well, they did not doing it properly, but that is proper weird. I'm going to go and have a consider and drink my tea. Well, I've got another bottom end, but that engine might be all right. What do we do with the mains cap? Can you remember? Put it around here somewhere.
Last I saw,
It was over there.
You had it going mains cap,
Mains cap.
walk towards
You
the
might
camera.
take, it's a bit like my wallet, it'd take a week to find.
We'll check inside the T1.
Check inside the T1, shut up, man. So, obviously we are on the health and safety approved engine, high-level engine stand. Don't stand underneath it completely, because it could give you a bit of a headache. Just so you know what we're talking about. I'm also talking about my arse, because this is number 5 mains, because this is a 5-cylinder engine, so it's got 6 main bearings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Number 5, that fell out. So that's the crank journal there, and if you look at it, it's very nice and shiny. Not all chewed up. And the upper shell is holding in there lovely. So in theory, if that bit was replaced, it's not broken. Or it's not really, it's unbroken.
It's unbroken.
It's unbroken. So I might flop it on its side, or I could get all technical and put an engine stand on it, then flop it on its side and see. I think it would be easier, as this cap has survived. It's just a bit dented on the outside, where this big end here got hold of it when it swung around like that, and then threw it out of that side of the sump. But that can be fixed. We can polish that up a bit, because it's not actually spinning and it's not balanced. It's stationary, isn't it? Because it don't do the wooby offset crank bit. I think that's fixable, and I'm now going to stop standing underneath it, go and do other stuff. Right, so off of a forklift onto a stand. Now, you could just put the end cap back in this and try it, but to be honest, I want to sell this vehicle, so I don't really fancy doing that to someone, just in case. That no worky for a long period of time. So I've come up with another brilliant plan. I have one of these blocks sat on the shelf up there. We'll go find it in a minute. It's up there somewhere. That came out of a van that had only done 62,000 miles from a local glazing company when the cam belt had snapped many years ago, and we didn't even attempt to repair it, because we fitted it with a huge great Mercedes 6-cylinder diesel with a whopping great turbocharger and a massive fuel pump on it. Sensible, like you do. Which then died because it fell over on a roundabout due to too much of the horsepowers, and that's out the back there in the bushes. We don't talk about that 10 grand experience. So I've got this mint bottom end. Now, the things that worry me with this one are this turbocharger is solid. There's nothing in it, I've checked. So that's been run out of oil. So we'll check manifolds off, exhaust manifold off, figure out what's wrong with the turbocharger, because it's a bit strange because it's got oil in it. So perhaps the turbocharger dying might have caused other problems, we don't know. So I'm going to pull this, and this off now. And then we're going to upturn this engine after I pull the pump off and all the injector lines. And then we'll show you the damage in the bottom, and then that'll probably do for today. And then I'll have to go and fish around with a forklift after moving 15 things over there to get the other one of these to make one out of 2. And order some gaskets. So I whipped all the front off, forgot to press the record button, but so crank pulley off, thingy off, tensioner off, belt tensioner off, and look at the state of this cam belt. Look at that. That's good, isn't it? So if it hadn't have died a bottom end death, would have died a cam belt death very soon afterwards. So we're not worried about that, that's rubbish. So what we're going to do now is quickly whip some head bolts off. We'll go back on the old time lapses, lots of time lapse today. And then we are getting to the stage where we'll turn this engine over, have a quick look in the bottom at the damage, and then we need to, once the head's off, we're going to need to salvage some pistons, because the one I've got up the top there has the belt snapped. So basically 3 of the pistons are dented. So we'll use some of these to make the one out of the 2s type of thing. But I mean, it was still pumping oil because this head, no damage to the camshafts. No damage to the camshaft, no damage to the buckets. All the lobes are good, so that's good news. So we're going to scoochie the head bolts out. We'll hock that off. And then, really, I think we've got everything we need off this. And the engine stand is listing quite badly, so we may need to work on that too. Right, stretch bolts. These are officially done. I'll put a new set in because they are one-hit wonders, I think. Might be a tolerance on them, but we ain't worrying about things like that. We'll go posh and go for new. If Alan remembered to undo all of them, which he has, because he forgot last time, has to leave 2, marks out 10. So, come on. We'll now officially scrap. And I am getting oilier by the second. Right. Just throw them in a neat pile down here on the floor. Harmonious noise of Simon testing that his recovery truck's working. After we fixed the annoying coolant leak that it had.
That's not made any difference.
Oh dear. So, brake warning light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red one.
Red one. Well, it's normally handbrake, isn't it? Best way to remove that. Drop test it at the same time. Oh, that has fixed it then. Just you were being impatient, Mr. James. Right, whip this front cam belt cover off. Why did you have to do it to us? Why did you have to use 2 different size bolts to all coming on? You couldn't have just used the same size bolts, could you? Luckily enough, I was prepared. We scooched another. Yes, we have. We've got a water pump bolt down in there that holds it on, and we will get around that. Right. After remembering the annoying 30mm bolt in there that I'd forgotten. Yes. Push it away. And come on, give me a cylinder head. We've got, it's like Dave forgetting bolts, isn't it? I need a 10. I'm gonna go and get a 10. Cool. Come on. Testing my patience. Right, third time cylinder head lucky. Doing well. Right. Off. Survived. Yes. Wants a bit of a dego. Pistons are good. Don't know where that just fell out of. Yes. I don't know why we've got. It's a bit strange. And some idiot has put the wrong heat plugs in. Got really long ones. One short one. 3 really. We'll work on that. Something good. We'll set that not on its face on the floor, obviously. Right. We are now upturned, so this is the bit that escaped, and actually when you look at it, it has a bit of a dunker there. So that should have been bolted in there, which it is no longer bolted in there, it had left. So I reckon there's a bit of a mark there where obviously this came out, went like that, and then number 4 big end, spinning big end bearing picked it up and ejected it through the side. So what I'm going to do quickly now, because this really, if it was mine and I wanted to use it for a laugh, I'd just bolt this back in with some shells. But I've got to sell this vehicle, so really we need to make sure it's right. So I'm going to salvage the pistons out of this engine, find somewhere to throw it. Scrap, most likely. Whether I whip the crank out of it, because I mean, they say the crank is lovely. I've got quite a collection of cranks going, but I mean, it didn't damage anything else. And even the big end bearing, you can get it out. Where's a pokey thing? Found me ratchet I lost half an hour ago. Can't we fish you out there? Oh, yes we can. Come on. So, there's the other shell. Oh, it is a little bit mangled, look, see there? So, yeah. Save the crank, save the pistons, throw the rest. Where's my tea? There's my tea. Got my tea. Right, now I have made a massive trail of engine-based mess and destruction, so we have salvaged 5 pistons. They're fine, they're down there. Dropped them on a cushion, obviously, because it's just me here. Knock them out the bottom. They're all good. That is for the bin. This is good. Rest of the bits arrive for this next week. That's fine. This one here, that is for the parts shelf or the bin. And then you will see coming shortly that we are starting to mock up, or quite close. The gearbox is on. We think we've got, not foggy that, we've got to strip some more bits off, so the T1 is out. The engine has been in and been back out again because we need to do some manifold adjustments, but that's next time. And then you will see over here that the recovery truck is getting closer and closer, so that's coming. And my lord, I have made a bit of a mess, haven't I? It'll be fine. That's what workshops are for, making a mess. So what I'm going to do now, I have acquired my new shiny from the Germanys. Let me go and get them. I'll have to come past and come back again. Lights for the Peugeot in the Francaise yellows. Look at that. So I'm going to go and throw these on the 309. Remember the 309, the competition is running, runs until the 6th of November. Win the pug. She's getting very close. We're going to go and do some shots of the pug in a minute, just to remind you of our first competition. We're doing all right. We've sold 380 tickets, which makes about 2,300 quid so far. Which isn't bad. It doesn't quite pay for it yet, but it's a tester and we're having a go. So yeah, Peugeot lights, whooshy photographs, and I think that'll do me. So I'm sure it's been very enginey and very time-lapsey, but it's very difficult to do this type of mess and muck, and God Christ, there is rubbish everywhere. But I know exactly what I'm doing, so next week all this will be beautiful. So we're going to build that, finish that, that's its new gearbox there, bolt that back to that, and then this is coming, and then we've got some top quality. Fudger has been fabricating, making back Simon's recovery truck, so she's beaver-tailed, but you'll see that because that's to come. So I'm going to go and fit Peugeot lights. Look at that for a load of beautiful early 90s French shininess. With the yellow fog lamps. You could even tint the headlights yellow. I've got sticky stuff doing that. So, 1990, I could give you the specifics. I found the logbook. I go through like 200 in the office in the big logbook file to find it, because a man hasn't got too many cars, honestly. So, manufactured on the 16th of the 3rd, 1992. J646 UUD. This is Reggie's pride and joy. Devonshire supplied new, Ashbourne Motors, original front and rear number plates, I will have you know. In an attractive racing gold. We do have to put the stripe back on that side. I've got to get to that, and we've got to sort of cut and polish it, make it very shiny. This was the posh model. So this is 1.8 of the turbo diesels with a 5-speed manual, factory fitted alley wheels, 5 of them Even the spare is an alley original. Acres and acres and acres of brown velour. A 4-speaker stereo. We have 2 of the original Peugeot keys. Second one found because Reg had hidden that behind one of the front fog lamps. When that rotted out, it became obvious there was something in there. 5 seat belts, suitable for the family. You can strap the kids in the back, 2 inertia reels and a lap belt for the poor one, the little one you always strap in the middle. Was never me, was always my brother. Big slidey glass sunroof. Adjustable aerial, so everyone can used to do annoying things, twist it up and it squeaks like hell when you're driving along in your car and you have to stop, put it back down again. Internally adjustable wing mirrors. If you go down this end, heated rear screen, wash wipe, original RNLI support lifeboat sticker, Ashbourne motor sticker in the back window. It has a genuine 0815 tax disc still in it. Britannia rescue stickers. She is minty. It has power steering as well. Rare option. Didn't come with central locking, but you can't have everything. So Reginald's pride and joy. He has owned this car. Let me just refer back to my logbook. So Reg was the second owner and he acquired this vehicle on the 26th of the 3rd, 1992. And he has done a good job of looking after it. He has added, obviously the glove box must rattle open, so it's got a brass slidey bolt on it. There are some exciting brass hook things for keeping the sunroof cover shut in brown velour. It has an uncut, never seen a 6B9 parcel shelf in brown velour. It's mint. Peugeot stop don't nick me stereo coded stickers still in the window. I mean, what more could a person want? Reliable family transport. Serviced, belted, all done. I even spent hours, first video, rebuilding flipping back axle trumpet things. 8 hours of beating, new bearings, new seals. Suspension is perfect. Brakes, perfect. 12 months MOT. It's probably going to have a flat battery in a minute because I've had it run into, but we'll deal with that in a sec. Obviously, new battery as well. You don't hear that very often around here. We bought a new one that's the right size and fits in the old. She is pucker. So raffle, link in description, £7.50 a ticket. You could own this prize 1990s piece of French engineering. This will not go wrong. I haven't even been at the fuel pump screw for adjusting the diesels yet. It's still got the little metal tag on it, never owned by the youth. So I don't really want to part with it, but there we go. I'm going to turn the headlights off before I completely flatten the battery. So if you fancy owning Jude, as we know it, you can figure that out from the number plate. Buy a ticket, raffle, £7.50. Ends on November the 6th, I think, if my memory serves me right. And you could be driving home in this beautiful machine. We might even make you tea and throw you in a hoodie at the same time too. Anyway, thank you very much. Al, 6D Diesels.